In an ancient civilization, thousands of years ago, for Christmas, children would want dolls, but not the kind of dolls that we currently know. These dolls were made out of clay, but one day, these clay dolls revolted against the humans and almost destroyed the world. Hey everyone, James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2020 Baek Battles. I don't know if you got that reference, but that reference was a reference to the Pokemon anime in the Hoenn region with that massive Claydol. Today, we have a brand new team. If you haven't checked out the previous episode, highly recommend go check it out. We did finish off our last team, which I already don't remember. But currently, because of the holidays, I didn't have time to get a new team in-game yet. So we're using a pretty interesting rental team that I saw. We have Whimsicott Silvally, Dracovish, we got Darmanitan, we got Claydol, and Excadrill. So I believe this team, a variant of it, got top 8 at the Galar Weekly recently, as well as I think it got number 1 on ladder. I'm not too sure. The report was in Japanese. A link in the description down below. I don't read Japanese, so not exactly too sure, but definitely an interesting team. This team doesn't have Protect. It's very offensive, and yeah, very interesting Pokemon in general. Let's just get started and play some games. I played like one game with this team. It didn't go well, but didn't realize what I was supposed to do in the matchups. But let's see how this goes. I think I have more of an understanding with this team now than I did with the first game, because now I actually realize what the Claydol is supposed to do, which is important because I had no idea what this Claydol is supposed to do. But now I do know what this Claydol is supposed to do, so that is good. We got our first opponent, 285 ranking, with the team of Pelipper, Ludicolo, the Darmanitan, Galarian form, Ferrothorn, Conkeldurr, and Chandelure. So my opponent looks like got a Trick Room option potentially, as well as that Rain option. So definitely a potential scary team. I really do like the what do I like here? I like Dracovish a lot here if I can set it up right. I just don't know my opponent's gonna bring Trick Room, and the main way I stop Trick Room with this team, or the main way it's supposed to stop Trick Room, is you have the Claydol with Imprisoned. But we can't really bring that if the rain mode is led, and there is a very likely chance my opponent brings the rain mode. So I also don't know how fast our Darmanitan is. It's like 150, no, 147. We're adamant, looks like. Yeah, I think we're adamant. I don't think we outspeed Ludicolo, which is kind of upsetting. We're gonna lead the Whimsicott plus Silvally, I think. Yeah, I think that's pretty good in general, with the Dracovish plus the Darmanitan in the back. Yeah, because I think it's good. The main strategies I remember seeing on the report were leading Whimsicott plus Silvally. I mean, this team plays very similarly to Baek Battles team number 1 with the Banded Dracovish. This team also has a Banded Dracovish. And it's really main ways is like setting up the speed control and getting the Dracovish set up to sweep, because Banded Dracovish does do a lot of damage. So we'll see how this goes here. Still not familiar with this team, so hopefully we learn more as we go, and hopefully I don't make a terrible showcasing of this team, because this team obviously does have potential. We did see it have some decent results. So we're going to see the Chandelure plus the Darmanitan lead against my... What did I even lead? Whimsicott plus Silvally? Yeah. Okay. I do have Taunt, which is something I want to go for against the Chandelure. I want to say I'll live anything from the Darmanitan, so I think I am just going to go for a Max Airstream into Chandelure to break a potential Focus Sash. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Turn 1. Looks like there might be no rain mode potentially in the back, so we should be pretty good here just to go for the Airstream. We should survive any attacks. Silvally has pretty decent stats across the board. I think it's 95 across the board. It's not too bad. It's not the greatest though. But with the Airstream, we'll be able to start boosting up. My opponent wants to double up the Whimsicott, expecting me to taunt, prevent the Trick Room. Go ahead, but I'm thinking the Chandelure's Focus Sash, and I don't want to risk one, Icicle Crash flinching me, because Icicle Crash flinching me as I attempt to Moonblast Max Ghost the Chandelure would be really bad. 2, we have no idea if that is actually a Trick Room Chandelure. Could be something like a Scarf Chandelure, could be bluffing the Trick Room. So we'll see here. Even if the Chandelure protects, that's fine. I did break a potential Focus Sash, and then I can bring in my Dracovish. So we'll bring out the Dynamax on the Silvally here. the giant white knight here. Funny internet references. I'm on point today with those. Or at least the puns. Taunt here, gonna go out into the Chandelure. Let's find out if it's our Mantan's Scarf or not. Goes for Rock Slide out of any. Okay, that did a lot of damage. Luckily, we can't flinch with Savali. Get the Airstream off, and that does a good amount of damage to that Savali, into that Chandelure here. As let's see what Chandelure is going to attempt to do. Maybe Trick Room? Take some Life Orb Chip. Yep, Trick Room. Perfect. And we'll go for a Tailwind here and to boost up my Dracovish. And we'll go for the Max Airstream once again. I kind of want to go for the Max Ghost, actually. One, if there's a switch, it's fine. If the Chandelure goes for the... I want to say if Chandelure goes for a Dynamax here, which I don't think it should. Like, I really don't think it will. But just in case. It also covers... It doesn't really cover much at Airstream. But we'll see here. Unfortunately, I didn't bring anything to really touch the Ferret full. Well, I did bring my own Darmanitan, and I guess me clicking Flare Blitz will be pretty good against my opponent's team. My opponent can't really go out into, let's say, the, what's it called? The Conkeldurr easily on an Airstream. So I'm guessing I already know what my opponent's last two will be. We'll go for the Max what is it? I know people have been telling me I've been pronouncing it wrong. It's not Phantasma. It's what is it? Chandelure goes down. See what the Darm went for. Just another Rock Slide, so we will lose our Whimsicott there, which is fine. We get to go hard into our Dracovish here. Even if Fairforn comes out here, we do have our Darmanitan in the back with Flare Blitz to take care of that Mon. So, and since it's pretty much, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Scarf Darmanitan, we should be fine. So let's see what my opponent's really going to bring out here. If Conk is going to come out, I'm just going to Vicious Rend the Darm slot and Airstream the Conkeldurr slot. If Ferroform comes in, I think I just Vicious Rend the slot anyway with the Darm. And I'm going to go for probably just the Airstream into Ferroform, just get some chip. Conkeldurr is going to come out, it looks like. I think with the defense drop, even at the Dynamaxes here, we're completely fine. So I am actually just going to go for the Airstream into the Conkeldurr. Because I don't know if we knock it out. I don't think we do. Unless it's not Assault Vest for some reason. And just goes for attack. I'm not sure Mach Punch will knock me out at this range. It might if it's like a Life Orb Iron Fist set. It'd be close. We'll see here, though. My opponent doesn't exactly have good switches, and right now we're just in a dominating offensive presence. Because my opponent has to get this call right. Like, I could easily double up the Conkeldurr slot. I don't want to do that because I have no idea if this Conkeldurr carries Protect or not. And I have no idea if the Darm wants to go for a Dynamax here. Again, because it would release itself from the Choice Scarf, well, not really release itself, but it would allow itself to not be locked in the Rock Slide and go for another type of attack. And Guerrilla Tactics is a free choice band. That would do a lot of damage here. Mach Punch is going to come out, actually. Doesn't knock out my Savali. Huge right there. So I will get an Airstream off in a Conkeldurr. And, ooh, just pick up the knockout. Conkeldurr, boys. Conkeldurr does go down. Dracovish going to get a speed boost. Savali going to get the speed boost, but going to faint to its Life Orb. But that is completely fine. Savali basically did what I needed to do. And we will be able to get a Vicious Rend into the Darmanitan. And unless you're Sash, you're not living this. Nope. And then whatever's in the back should probably just lose here. Unless maybe it's like Water Absorb, Seismitoad. I think that's the only thing that could actually potentially beat me. As we bring in the Darm here. It is going to be the Ferroform in the back. Yep, and we can just go for Flare Blitz and Choice Banded Vicious Rend. So yeah, we're able to, looks like, take this game, which is really nice here. As Darm going to be able to do something. Savali put in a ton of work too. Like, the fact is, we were just able to get that airstream off. And offensive Savali is really interesting because it gets so much good coverage. Like, it gets great coverage overall on the special side. The only problem again is it doesn't have a very significant stat. I don't care about this Dynamax. Actually, maybe I should care. I don't know. The recoil knocks me out. I forgot there is a Dynamax option, so we'll see. Flare Blitz, Guerrilla Tactics boost. Oh, it's Akaberry. That could change something, maybe. Wow, that would just O-code without that Akaberry. Let's see how much Vicious Rends does, because that's going to do a lot. Yeah, I take a lot of recoil. Vicious Rend. Oh, yeah, we do way more than enough. And my opponent can't really heal other than grassy terrain. Goes for the Max Steel Spike into the Darm. But I'm pretty sure Vicious Rend still finishes off the Pharaoh anyway. Unless I got a high roll and I got the lowest roll. Maybe it's not over yet. But really, it's going to come down to this last attack, of course, with the Vicious Rend. Will it be able to knock out the Pharaoh? I have no clue. The suspense. But, yeah. I mean, I have no reason not to. I'm locked into it anyway. Just going to go for the attack here. Pharaoh. Max Guard is probably fine here if you're my opponent, but just going to go on the offensive here. And Fairforn does go down. Choice Banded Dracovish is really strong after all. And yeah, that is going to be a game. So we're able to take this pretty well. We were able to get a taunt off into the Chandelure. My opponent not opting to bring the weather mode, which is nice for my team. As I was able to deny the Trick Room, I was able to get my speed boosted right away. And just really just start, yeah, like I was able to overwhelm my opponent once my opponent didn't get Trick Room up. The Savali living, the Airstream. Actually, that Savali living was huge. If I didn't actually survive that, I would have probably been in a terrible spot. I don't think Darm goes down to Mach Punch from the Conkeldurr, but like, the Akaberry from my opponent, and I would have to use an extra turn of Flare Blitz, which would have been really bad there. We got an opponent here. Ooh, we get to bring the Claydol, I think. We get to bring the Claydol. Ooh, let's go. I am bringing the Claydol. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do here. I think I lead Whimsicott plus Claydol. So weird of a lead. Dracovish in the back. I want to say I bring the Darm. Let me just see something with my Vale. I do have Grass Pledge, which is good against the Gastrodon, which is like the only Pokemon I'm really kind of concerned about. But I can change the weather with Darm, which I think is good enough. Grass Pledge is good. I guess I could. I was thinking, yeah, I wanna make sure the Butterfree can't sleep out of my Claydol so I can imprison it, cause I can deny Trick Room, which is the big part. Like, denying Trick Room is huge. The reason Claydol is on this team, because I just realized it's a bulky Psychic type that can imprison the Trick Room option. NDD Bronzong, perfect. Alright, I don't need Whimsicott as a lead here. I just keep it on the field anyway. It's not really doing anything. I don't think my opponent brings Butterfree at this point. Because that would be no offense from my opponent. I'm going to go for the Moonblast into the NDD slot. And I'm going to go for the Imprison here. Yep. Because now my opponent cannot cannot go for Trick Room, which is pretty huge. Which is nice here. We're going to see the Bronzong actually go for Protect, which is an interesting move here. As we will go for a Moonblast. Maybe just worried about the taunt, but I mean, NDD could have went for the Follow Me here. But wow, we did a lot. Psychic going to come out into the Whimsicott slot. Alright. Hang on with a Focus Sash. It's a Life Orb. NDD, huh? And Imprison. Imprison Claydol coming through. Alright, we get the Moonblast. We get the Earth Power. I'm going to double up the NDD slot. I have no reason not to. Bronzong. I wonder if this is Heatproof Bronzong. A lot of these teams have been running Heatproof Bronzong to deal with the opposing Torkoal Mirror. My opponent doesn't have a secondary Trick Room user. So I think it might be Hebrew Bronzong. Maybe I should have powered that slot, but I didn't want to like. Maybe it was worth it. I mean, NDD could protect. That is definitely a case here. But if NDD attacks, it just goes down. And I think I'm fine with NDD stay on the field. It's not really doing too much. Moonblast's gonna come out into the NDD slot. Almost pick up a knockout. Psychic gonna finish off the Claydol. Oh, target the Claydol this time. Okay. Alright. So goodbye to the NDD. I wonder if Imprisoned still works if I go for if I Dynamax. I don't think it would. Body Press gonna come out. Okay, that's not doing much. Knocks out my Whimsicott though. But I mean, I get a free switch now to probably Dracovish. Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing it's Torkoal plus the Rhyperior in the back, and both of them are really weak to Earth Power plus Fishious Rend. So either way, we're still in a pretty good spot. We're not going to take too much from this Bronzong right here, as we are going to see a Gastrodon actually come out. Huh. Okay, we can go for Crunch. Should I Ally Switch here? I think Ally Switch might be optimal. I'm worried about offensive Gastrodon. I think I'm fine with just going for Crunch plus our power though. I don't think I have to Ally Switch. We will go for the Crunch here. Do a good amount of damage actually. Defense drop. Activates a berry, so I don't think this can knock out my Claydol if I'm not mistaken here. So let's see. Earth Power. That means there's either no Torkoal or Rhyperior in the back. Oh, I crit? That did a lot. Yeah, I crit. It is Muddy Water, so Ally Switch would have been useless. Something avoided. I think that was the Dracovish? No, it was the Claydol. Okay. Claydol stays around. Accuracy drop's annoying, actually. Body Press. Into Dracovish too. Okay. I mean, we're still fine spot. I think Claydol would have survived the Muddy Water anyway because the Gastrodon wasn't a boosting item. I'm just going to crunch Nerve Power here. My opponent really doesn't have much of a play. Body Press is just not doing any damage. Like, my opponent doesn't have much of an offensive presence here. Crunch. It's a Dark Berry. Okay. So, we will chip that Bronzong away. Earth Power coming out into the Gastrodon. Picks up the knockout. And let's see, another Body Press. Yep, okay. Thank God it wasn't like Hypnosis on this Bronzong. If this was Hypnosis Bronzong, ooh boy, that would have been interesting. Let's see who's coming out. It's going to be the Rhyperior. Okay. So I could Dynamax and go for a Fishious Rend here. I mean, I actually don't see a reason not to. Yeah, I don't think there's a reason not to. I think I just go for it. Because, like, what else can my opponent really do? Actually, maybe you can max guard. The thing is, my opponent might not expect me to Dynamax the Dracovish, since you don't really see Dracovish Dynamax. I might still think I'm locked into the Choice Banded Crunch, so maybe my opponent will decide to protect the Bronzong, which is definitely something I could see. So let's see what my opponent does here. I am worried about Ally Switch, which is the only one concern I think I have, like 100%. Alright, here comes the, yep, the Dynamax on the Rhyperior. Ally Switch, I mean, I guess even if you Ally Switch, it's not the end of the world. Claydol does actually wall Rhyperior, which is pretty nice. Because I don't think it gets anything that can really hit the Claydol for much damage. Yep, my opponent didn't expect me, it looks like. So we will get the Max Geyser off into the Rhyperior. Doesn't do as much as I was hoping for, realistically. I guess because we weren't as strong enough, but it's fine. Policy is going to reveal itself here. But Earth Power should still do a decent chunk. Yeah, it doesn't pick up a knockout, but that's still a good chunk. Max Rockfall going to come out into the Dracovish. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we should have a very safe play of Flare blitzing the Bronzong slot and Earth Powering the Rhyperior. Yeah. So goodbye, our Dracovish, but you did what I needed to do. You got the big damage off that I wanted. I was thinking maybe maxing the Darm would be the great endgame. Body press going to come out into the Claydol slot. I still don't think Muddy Water would have done enough to knock out the Claydol at the range it's at. And we'll go out into our Darmanitan here. And Darmanitan should be able to finish off this game with a Flare Blitz and a Earth Power. Because even if there's an ally switch, I think we're fine. Yeah. I want to say Flare Blitz would knock out the Rhyperior at least with the Gorilla Tactics boost. We do knock out the Bronzong with the Flare Blitz, and the two Pokemon, well, we have three really good Pokemon that we just don't see at all in VGC. Earth Power going to finish off the Rhyperior, and that is going to be good game. So we're able to take 2 wins with this team. Incredible. Silvale, Darmanitan, and Claydol all putting in work. Crazy. All the members of the team that I want to showcase paying off. Hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2020 Back to Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below. Shows your support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social media, the size here on my channel, and all that other good stuff will be listed down below. Again, if you want to try out the team, I'll list the code and the report down below, as well as the Twitter user who tweeted out this team down below in the description. Otherwise, you can check out the rest of my stuff. Leave a like on this video if you liked it, share it with your friends, and leave a comment down below. All helps me. But if you want to go an extra mile to support my content, there is my Patreon page, my Twitch channel, and the merch you could go check out down below in the description for Torn Ogre shirts and hoodies. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting me so far. It's been a great year so far. Hope everyone had happy holidays, or a good day just in general if you don't celebrate the holidays. But yeah, otherwise, I think that's pretty much it. Have a great day, people, until we battle again. I'll catch y'all later.